you know, jazz is not a music for everybody. But I think it does need to be taught. You know, jazz to me is similar to Shakespeare in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Shakespeare at this point, it's the basis of all our drama, and yet it's not popular entertainment. You know, people don't go out to see Shakespeare plays when they want to be entertained.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times when we go out to be entertained, we don't want to have to think too hard. We just,
Yeah.
And the same with a lot of music. I don't want to have to pay attention. I just want to
Sure,
listen
sure.
to something that makes me feel good. But jazz does require that you pay attention to it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so does Shakespeare, and so does, you know, good classical music. It's not really meant to be background music.
Well, you know, when you were coming up, there were different jazz musicians that you could go see. You could actually go and see them, and you could hear about them. And my concern is, what happens when you're gone?
The music's gonna stick around. Things have changed. We don't have jazz clubs like we used to. In the old days, the jazz group would come into town and they'd play that jazz club for a week, and then they'd go to another town and play that jazz club for a week. So not only did you have a lot of opportunities to hear this great music, these great musicians had opportunities every night to get better and better and better and better at what they did. So musicians today, it's not as easy to have that experience of playing at such a high level every evening. But the music lives on because the music is great, and there are always people who discover it, and they may discover it by way of YouTube, they may discover it by a friend's playlist, you know, or that's the other thing. Music, as personal as it can be, it's also kind of a social thing, and it is good to get together with people and listen. If you just got the earphones, you know, your own private listening world, then you're not really sharing.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought. Okay.
So, what I think people are beginning to realize is that before we start slashing all these budgets and funds and taking away all the extracurricular things that were put there for a very good reason over the years, was that the arts make people better people. It teaches them compassion and cooperation, and that they can understand, you know, the beauty of life, the beauty of things, and literature's important, poetry's important, art is important, music is important, and the schools, you know, the parents need to demand, they need to insist. We have to give educators the opportunity to teach the music. We have to demand the best of our educators. In all my travels, when I hear bands that are, I was in the Midwest, and there was a town, and it was North something high school and South something high school. Something was the same town. So it was the same town, two parts of town. And I was thinking, geez, what are they drinking in the water in the north part of town? Because wow, they all play really great. And I realized it's not the water, it's the instructor. The kids are the same. But you know, you get inspired teachers, and they're out there, but the parents have to demand it, and they have to get involved.